Hello and welcome to this third, no, fourth episode. This is the fourth season of this Six Nations My Six Nations custom database simulation. Now, if you haven't watched the other videos, I suggest you watch them. Otherwise, you're not going to really have much idea what's going on here. But yeah, let's get this underway, and we start with the Six Nations Conference, and Brentford go up alongside Ipswich, who've gone up through the playoffs, beat Birmingham in the final, and they go up. And as you can see, the two Welsh teams have gone down with Braintree, who are obviously one of the teams that have come up. But it looks like the three of the teams that have come up from the divisions below have gone to the north, because Braintree seem to be the only team which are new in, actually maybe Dagenham, Redbridge, I'm not sure. But yeah, Braintree were definitely new. But yeah, Newtown and Wexford Youths slide out of the Football League, and it may be the last time we see them. But Wexford Youths put up a bit of a fight. From their years of being in the higher divisions, they've probably developed a decent team, and they nearly managed to stay in the league, but they didn't. Let's quickly look at the transfers. Slow, come on. Sorry about this. David Edgar. While we wait for it to load, David Edgar was the highest rated player for Birmingham, and Paul Cadders. They're both players which are currently at Birmingham, so they're still there 4 seasons later. Let's just see if there's anything interesting. Lee Novak's gone to St Patrick's Athletic. Nothing too interesting. Let's go up to the north, and Huddersfield are going up in the playoffs, and they go up with Sheffield Wednesday, and again first and second go up. Blackpool missing out on in extra time of the playoffs. Oh, here we go. A Welsh team stayed up here, which is really good. Well done to Preston Town, and they've managed to stay up, and they've managed to stay within the it's not the Football League, I just said the Football League. Within the conference, everything below here is not the conference. They've stayed within the conference. So that's good that they're going to be there. So that's interesting. Finn Harps, which are a Irish team, I believe, have gone down there. Wait, are they definitely? Maybe I've got confused. I'm pretty sure they're a Welsh team. How do we see this? They've got Nile Ranger. That's random. This would be a way to see it. Yeah, that's the Welsh League. So yeah, well done to Preston. Jamie Mackey's at Huddersfield. Let's just quickly look at the transfers ever so quickly. I don't want to make these videos too long. If there's anything you want me to do differently, please let me know. Anything interesting? Grant Ward from Spurs. He starts off at Spurs. He's gone to Brave Wanderers. Nothing. Naki Wells has gone to Stade de Reims. God, I can't pronounce anything today. That's an interesting one. We'll have to look to see how well Studs. I'm just going to call them Stud when I see them the next time. And Bournemouth have won 4-0 in the playoff final in the conference, and it looks like Crystal Palace is still going to be stuck in there. And the teams to go down, let's just look down here, are Livingston, Raith, Barry, and Gwynedd Druids. Sorry. So these are two Welsh teams and these are two Scottish teams, and then the two other Scottish teams have just stayed up, so they've all stuck together really. Burnley, a Premier League team in real life, they're struggling to go up, and so are Crystal Palace as two Championship teams go up, and Bournemouth from the playoffs and Leeds go up automatically by winning the league. Jamie Vardy is at Nantes, and here is Stud. We've found Stud, and Stud have done decent, mid-table, exactly mid-table. Gael Kakuta at Brighton. Let's just quickly look at the transfers. Joe Ward's still at Crystal Palace, I see. Well, that's big signing. I don't know who he is, but it's for a decent amount of money, 3 million. I'm just not gonna. On my current form, I'm not gonna pretend I can pronounce that. But I think he used to play for Everton, I believe. Troy Deeney's gone to Lorient for 2.2 million. That's quite cheap. Rudy Gestede, who's doing well in real life, gone to Stud as well. Stud is signing everyone. I'm surprised they haven't done better. Any other interesting ones? Why am I scrolling down here? No, nothing too interesting. If you do see something that I've missed, please let me know. And we're in League 2, and Partick Thistle versus Bohemians in the playoff final. Now that's interesting. Blimey, look at that. So Bohemians and Shelbourne got into the playoff final. QPR came 5th, and they're not going up. And Partick Thistle, Ross County, the two Scottish teams, going up instead of QPR, and Catania are going up again. They've done quite well, Catania. I think they were in the conference to start off with. So that's 2 promotions in 4 seasons. And 2 teams to go down, Calway and Athlone Town, who are 2 Irish teams, and Aberystwyth and Port Talbot and Bala and Connors Quay and Cobb. Wow, look at this. A lot of Welsh teams staying up. But there still hasn't been an Irish team or a Welsh team that have gone up. But really good for Ross County and Partick Thistle that they are going up. Let's see how they do in League 1, along with Sassuolo and Catania. Catania having a good couple of seasons. Some of these Welsh teams now starting to do decent as they go into the lower leagues. Wow, that is big money. Dominic Berardi now, he's a decent player in real life. He's gone for 13.25 million. So Sassuolo have got a lot of money in transfers, but they've still gone up. Victor Moses going out. Jordan Much going to Bordeaux. So both of them going to Bordeaux. Nothing else really, but well done to some of these Bray Wanderers, University College Dublin. Look at the teams they're finishing above. They're starting to look better, but they couldn't compete at the higher levels. But now they've got the money coming in. It's starting to get better for them at the lower levels. And Atalanta and Torino. Now Torino are the team that have done well as well, and Stoke going up. So these top 3 going up here. Interesting. And the New Saints have finished 13th, which is good. And Shamrock Rovers finishing 10th. That's great performance in Limerick. And Lawns go down. So that is great for Limerick. Limerick and Shamrock Rovers and the New Saints finishing above Lawns, who a few seasons ago were winning the French division in real life. They go down with an Irish team, Drogheda, and Airbus UK and Bangor City. But look, they're putting up much more of a fight against teams like West Ham. West Ham are stranded there. We'll have to see for how much longer though. But yeah, Torino and Atalanta. So the Italian team's doing well this season. Leon Rosini, as we saw before, he's at Torino. It's one of the most random signings of this series, but he's doing well there. Let's quickly look at the transfers. Mitrologu's gone to Troyes. Smalling's gone to Atalanta for 2.5 million. Ryan Bennett, I think this is the Ryan Bennett from Brighton's gone from Montpellier to Rangers. Patrick Van Aanholt's gone to Rangers as well, so Rangers starting to get some money finally. Let's go and look at the Championship, and Genoa have won the playoffs against Lazio, who have always seemed to be up there, and Rangers have gone straight back up. Well done, Rangers, and I'm delighted as I am a Rangers fan. So well done, Rangers. They're going straight back up. Promotion, automatic promotion with Sampdoria and Genoa. Another great set of results for the Italian teams. It hasn't been very good for the French teams, I don't think. I don't think any French team's gone up yet in this video. But Rangers, another Scottish team going up. And the other teams that came down, Celtic and Fiorentina. Celtic didn't even get into the playoffs. And Fiorentina didn't either. But Cork City go down. Lille, Derry City, look at that, staying up. And Dundalk, as we know, if you watch the other videos, have a decent team. They've got Danny Ings. I don't know if they still have him. St Patrick's Athletic. Look at the teams they're finishing above. Sligo Rovers finishing above West Brom. That is very impressive. St Mirren have been doing well, as we can from other videos. They've been doing very decent. This might be their first season in the Championship. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I know that they've done well. Let's quickly have a quick look at Sligo Rovers. Look at that. Well, 2.5%, 2.5 star reputation now. Gary Bowyer, who's the Blackburn manager in real life. That's the first time we've seen a proper manager go to one of these teams. They don't have the greatest team. They've got Will Patford, who's in, who plays for Birmingham in real life. Let's just quickly look at the transfers in the Championship, and then we're going to see how Aberdeen have done, because Aberdeen have been one of the big successes from this. They are the last standing team outside France, England and Italy. Sorry, my words again. Nathan Redmond's left, so that's probably where they got that money from. And Thomas Carroll's left Dundalk. Nothing too interesting though. Let's go on to the Premier League, and this is where it gets interesting. Is it going to be another season where Juventus have won? There we go. Oh, and they don't win this time. Man United win. And Tottenham went into administration. And they got 9 points. And Aberdeen stay up again. Now that is incredible. They have stayed up again, and we're going to look at Aberdeen's team. But they wouldn't have stayed up if it wasn't for Tottenham, who is my other team that I support. Getting deducted points, 9 points. That's a random number of points to get deducted for administration. Normally it's more like 10 or something. That is, oh, how has that happened? And Liverpool and Swansea going down. What's happened with Liverpool? They obviously don't suit this database. Bordeaux, Newcastle. So it's the same top four again, I believe, as last season. It keeps being the same top four. No one's really crashing the top four. But Juventus don't win the Champions League this season. Arsenal finishing 5th again, I believe. PSG once again missing out on European football, which they're not going to be too happy about. We might see some players leave PSG. I'm not sure, but Tottenham, Liverpool. Let's quickly look at Tottenham's team. They're still rich. They're rich. How can we be rich and go into administration? Karanga's the manager. Blimey, look at Sigurdsson. Oh yeah, we know Sigurdsson's back there. Very odd. I don't really understand that. But yeah, let's look at the transfers quickly. So yeah, Swansea were the first, even though we had them down as an English team, they were the first English-based Welsh team to go up. I'm not making much sense. I had them as an English team instead of a Welsh team because they play in the English league. And Pavel Savitsky, who is dynamite if you haven't got him in a save before. You can get him in a free transfer in January. He's gone for 20.5 million. So you've got this Carlos Ferrero, Football Manager Legends, gone to Man United. Liverpool sold Bernard. Danilo's gone to Man City. Ross Barkley's gone to Juventus from Chelsea. Remy Cabella's gone to Monaco. Kieran Trippier has gone from Napoli to Man City. Kieran Trippier's obviously doing well. Vincent Akabuka, who we saw killing it for St Mirren on loan from PSG, is now gone to Arsenal for 10.25 million. And we know that he's a good player. Well, I know he's a good player because I've seen him destroy me in saves. Lukaku's gone back to Chelsea. But yeah, let's look at the Champions Cup. Then we need to look at the Confederations Cup to see how England did. And I think they're going to choose because the World Cup is coming up soon. So we'll look at the squads of the 6 nations. I don't know if all of them are in it. So none of the teams from the champions from the 6 Nations League have got into the final. But Chelsea and Man United both getting knocked out in the semis. Juventus getting knocked out here. So how did what's the other team? Man City, I think. They got knocked out in that stage by Real Madrid. None of the teams that have been left behind in the other divisions again have made it to the second round. Cannes getting 3rd, so they're going to be in Europa League. Bari again finishing 4th. Pescara, see, they're getting better now. 3rd, it's not bad to be fair though. Maccabi Tel Aviv, they're not the greatest team. They might start to lose places, these teams, and maybe our league, the 6 Nations League, might gain some. Let's go down to the Euro Cup, and that was won by CSK, and I swear they keep winning that. Yeah, that's the 2nd time they've won that. Let me just look at the Champions Cup. I was about to say this. I thought it was the first time that one of the 6 nations has not won it, and it was the first time. It was also the first time that one of them was in the final. But yeah, so maybe their Spanish football's improving now over the 6 nations over time. It's having a better long-term effect. But yes, CSK Moscow win it again. They're doing well in the Euro Cup. Let's see how other teams. So nobody even got to the semi-final. Russia really doing well. Dynamo Moscow, another team getting into there. Dynamo Kiev from Ukraine doing well. Here we go. Arsenal, they become the first team we've seen quarter-final. They've not done well in the Euro Cup. Our teams. Afilonia, I believe, are a team from Italy, yeah. So they've got to the second knockout round. Pescara, who we saw before, they finished third. Oh, Inter. Wait, sorry, I completely didn't see Inter. Inter went out there. Yeah, Croton, they're another team that's been left behind. Let's quickly look at those divisions. Let's start with Scotland to see have Cowdenbeath won their 4th division title. They didn't even get to the playoffs, and they have. They've won it every single season. How are they doing? I want to see how far they're going. Oh, they're not even. It's not good. It's not good for Scottish football. This, I don't think. It's good for Cowdenbeath. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be complaining. Let's look at Syria. See, look, they've gone down to 8th. So they've dropped down below League 1. Ignore this. This is, I don't know why this comes up. It's not even a league. But Pescara win, and I think they won last season. Yeah, they did. So yeah, they've gone up. Bari, these teams have done well. Pescara just missing out. They've only got 2 Champions League places. They've lost one. I don't know who's gained one, but they've lost one. I'm pretty sure they get 3. I'm 100% sure they get 3. But yeah, they've lost one, which is interesting. Let's see, have France lost one? They've got 2. Now, I'm pretty sure they get 3 as well in real life. They've only got 2 Euro Cup places as well. Not good, but Bastia win. I think Bastia won the season before. Yep. Well, they've won 3 out of the 4. So we'll just quickly go through these. Yeah, that's the last one out of the leagues that have been left behind. Let's look at the Confederations Cup, and then we'll look at managerial changes and the squads leading into the World Cup. Where's Confederations Cup? Let's see who won it. Germany won it. England got into the 3rd place playoff. So let's start by looking at England. And this is probably going to, I think this will be their team for the World Cup. Let's just look at the players, by the clubs. Wait, just do David Button. Now, isn't David Button used to play for Spurs, their youth academy? Or am I thinking of someone else? Yeah. How the hell has he got into the England team? How has he become 3.6? Where is he at the start of this game? He's at Brentford. Fair enough. Well done to him. So who's missing? Well, Jack Butland's starting in goal instead of Joe Hart. Maybe that's just for a friendly. Will Hughes still at Aberdeen. Sam Gallagher is great player. 24 million he's worth. I wonder why Aberdeen are doing so well. Let's have a quick look at Aberdeen. It's only right. 3.5 stars now. They've only got secure finances, but they are doing very well themselves. They've got 2 great strikers. This guy, who's once in Napoli. Let's hope they don't lose a lot of their players because they've got a good team. Adam Rooney down here. Looks like he's not worth anything. Yaya Sanogo. But yeah, let's look at Italy's team. Martin Chapman. I'm guessing he's a regen. Yeah. Let's quickly look at Italy's team, France's team. I'm guessing they're in the World Cup. They have not got to the World Cup. So Italy have not qualified for the World Cup. So this database may have screwed them over a bit. But look at their team. How have they not gotten into the World Cup? A lot of their players now playing outside the traditional Italian teams. Monaco, Barcelona, That's very interesting. Let's look at France. Surely France qualified. Does it help? Nations. Here we go. France. This video is probably going to be too long. I hope you're enjoying it though. Pogba, look at that, 58 million. He's worth. Is this a regen? No, not heard of him. Is he from Juventus? I know he's gone from. No, I think he starts at Juventus. Not heard of him. Ben Arthur's back in the French team. Nothing too interesting there, but yeah, they got into the World Cup. Let's just see very quickly. Wales, they haven't got into a World Cup in years, and they haven't got into this one. Is Gareth Bale still at Real Madrid? Yeah. 61 million, blimey. Who's the other one? Scotland and then Ireland. Can one of these home nations have qualified? Let's hope. Nope. To top it off, there could only be 2 out of the 6 nations that have qualified for the World Cup. Ireland's. Well done, Ireland, and their manager's David O'Leary. And let's quickly look at their team. James McCarthy, who's at Arsenal now, obviously a key player for them. It's a young. Oh no, it's not that young. But yeah, well done to Ireland. So let's look at the manager movements, and then that'll be the end of the video. If there's something that I haven't shown that you want to look at, then please let me know. Conference South. Manager movements, here we go. Tony Pulis has gone to Birmingham. We'll go very quickly through these because I went on quite a while on them last week, and there's an interesting one here. Nigel Reo-Coker has become a manager at the age of 34, very young. He went to Cagliari after being at Chivas, which is interesting. But yeah, he's now become a manager at 34 of Rotherham. Very random. Nothing else too interesting there. Ule Roster Bolton. Wait, is this the footballer? Is this the goalkeeper? No, it's a different Stuart Taylor. Simon Grayson gone to Queen of the South. Nothing too interesting there. League Two, Nick Barmby's gone to Leicester. Mark Warburton's gone to Partick Thistle. Lee Dixon. Surely not the Lee Dixon. No. I was about to say, didn't even know he was on this game. Mick McCarthy is the manager of Carmarthen, that's an interesting one. Paul Jewell at Catania, back in managerial mode. Paul Jewell at Catania, and that's a good job for him to have because they're doing well. Stuart McCall at Shoax, Terry Butcher Kilmarnock, Gary Ainsworth's gone to Lens. A bit random. Lee Clark, one of the best managers in the world. That's at Parma. Doing a great job, Lee Clark, in real life with Blackpool. Notice the sarcasm. Yeah, I'm on great form with the banter today. Jens Lehmann is taking over the relegated Motherwell. That'll be a good job for him. Martin Yo, Lazio, anything else which is interesting? Sam Allardyce at Southampton. Mark Hughes has gone to Dundalk. But they're sacking players on poor league, second managers on poor league position, risk of relegation. Alan Stubbs, isn't this the one that played for Everton? Oh yeah, look at that knowledge. Look at that knowledge. Admit you're impressed. But yeah, that's interesting. and Premier Division. Gary Monk has come in for Liverpool. Jorge Jesus has retired, so we're going to have to see who comes in for Chelsea. David Moyes has been sacked on risk of relegation. Zidane is Napoli manager. Cesar Prandelli. Interesting. Let's quickly. So yeah, he's went from Liverpool to Swansea. They've both got relegated, so whatever. Let's one more thing before we go. I want to look at the stadiums to see if any of the teams which have gone down have got bigger stadiums. I think Vittori has. I think that's got bigger. Let's look at the Dundalk. 12,500. Has it always been that big? Showgrounds. Let's just quickly go through this. It doesn't look like any of them are getting much bigger. No. Oh well, but yeah, that's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything that you'd like to see me do with this database, anything you'd like me to show you, then please let me know. I want to make this as in depth as possible, but at the same time, I don't want to make it long and boring for you all. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and peace out.